of life. I am the light, and so are you. All right. It's going to be nice and quick. So, I met a group online, TikTok Live, and I love the topic of focus that everyone was discussing. I jumped in, had vibes. This whole topic was about escaping the simulation. So they took an approach of trying to figure this out. Number one, first of all, I completely admire them for trying to approach a topic this deep for a couple of reasons. That, and also for B, not making me look like I'm freaking crazy. Love that shit. Love that shit, man. When you see other people is trying to reach for the same thing, but there are some major differences in our approach. I think their approach is pretty much but yes, you have to know that you are a source. I'm going to try to be fair and honest about everything. This has to do with spirituality, so I'm going to give it my best shot. Um, so, at first, you have to know that you are a source, and there's not a whole lot of preparation or anything made while you're in the body. It's just knowing that you're source and understanding the simulation. They speak about this in the form of a video game simulation, which is a very common motif that's out there now. The source would be the guy playing the video game, and the avatar would be you jumping up like Super Mario Brothers. All right, which is fine. However you want to log on to it, I think that's fine. That's valid. But I think their approach is like not making any preparations while you're in the body, just knowing that you're source and waiting until the point of death and at the point of transformation, um, just from the point of source, don't accept no deal. Don't accept no deal. Um, so yes, there is certain things said about the archons will come to you. They didn't address how it's said in the Gnostics. They just address it in the point of don't accept any deals. So they'll come back and say, you have some unfinished life, some unfinished business to do on earth. You know, you went down there and you had like 50 kids and you never changed not one pampers. You got to go back and fix shit. And like that Wheel of Fortune song playing in the background in my mind while you're trying to figure out if you're going to go or come back. It's like ding, 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 ticka, 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 ding, ding. And then you make your decision and you go, I'm not going back. Fuck it. Oh, yeah, you chose the right answer. You get to move on to the next level. And this is how they have it in their mind, which I think is very third gradish. This is cool. My job is not to compare penis size and see who's got the biggest one or who's got the biggest penis in knowledge or let my ego ride all over me. My job is therefore to find out what's out there, say how it resonate with me, and compare to what I'm doing on my journey. All right. So at that point, they'll probably come back to you like some old grandmother or something like that. And be like, Sean, you was a good boy, you know. But you forgot to take out the garbage. You must come back. And of course, the freaking Wheel of Fortune song starts to play. Ding, 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 ding. Ka-tick-a-tick-a-ding, ding, ding. And of course, you would say, I'm not going back. Fuck it. Yay! You chose the right option. You get to move on to the next level. And I tried. I tried to explain a couple of other ways of how I I think that should be approached. Taking that approach, I believe, is like going to the bar to take an attorney test at the barrister's office or the bar or however it is that you sign up for that particular test. The same is true in a mortgage broker test, a real estate broker test, a SEC broker test. You may or may not have to go to school like an attorney. You may just work for an attorney as a paralegal and go to a study class after. Um, you may or may not have to do all that studies for a mortgage broker. You may not have to go to a class, or that's your $200 that you're going to spend to take the test. I don't know how much you spend to take the test as an attorney, or how much you spend to take the test as a SEC broker. But either way, that's your money that you're putting in, saying, "I'm ready to take the test." So imagine me walking up, whether in person or online. Oh, what school did you go? I didn't go to any fucking school. It didn't matter. I don't have to. Oh, you know what? That's right. You don't really have to. But I'm sure you studied to take the test. Yo, schools are for fools, man. I didn't do none of that shit. Okay. Pay, register, and sit right there. Now, the chances of me passing any of these freaking tests with that approach, with the school is for fools approach, is slim to none. I became concerned. I put in a call over there. Yo go, yo, what that going? Slim Dabo? Oh shit. Slim is on tour? Come to find out, Slim is on tour. So the chances of you actually getting through the most profound moment of the source slash human interface experience is nil, in my opinion. Nil, none, but kiss, no, 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 zero, nada. And it actually gives me a bit of encouragement into my own journey that I'm taking on. I even tried to explain to them how when you come in the flesh suit, you enter through the seven spheres in which you receive things. The things that you received add to a chorus of separation. I'm separate now because I forgot. After Saturn hit me with forgetfulness and time, I'm separate now from everything because I'm locked in time. I'm separate now when I drop in Jupiter because I feel special. Yeah. And all the knowledge that I got, I just feel special. Knowledge made me special. I continue the chorus of separation when I drop into Mars. I feel like say, yo, strife, my ego, all that. I continue the theme of separation coming through each of these spheres. I dropped into the sun. My name is Sean. Is Sean. I was born here. I am a salesman. I am a mechanic. I got all these pieces locked in. I dropped into Venus. I want to own everything, disregard the fact I know that everything is freaking temporary. Burning desires. I drop in Mercury, and you know what? It's all about knowledge. I spend my whole freaking life trying to read down the whole place and study everything that's outside of my body just to realize that there is knowledge. It's outside of your body, and there is gnosis, all about what's happening inside of your body. And continuing solidifying down through the moon where I got all kind of freaking emotions. I get so emotional, baby, every time I think of you. Woo woo. By the time you're solidified in the earth, you have so much shit attached to you. Ego, ego, ego. Now, when you're in any of these knowledge, you try not to pay attention to the messenger and more focus on the message. You try not to pay attention to the speaker and more so trying to pick sense out of nonsense at that point. point that I brought out, when I see how everyone operate from such an egotistical position, um, it calls to mind that there's no one leaving here with their great bag of ego. Your ego represent your theme of duality. Your ego represent that you don't really realize that you're source yet. Because let me tell you something, you will know a person that's on the outside than that's on the inside. On the moment that you go on the inside, there is nothing to prove. On the moment that you go on the inside, the outside world disappears because there is no outside. Outside is a reflection of some shit that's happening inside of me that will allow me to speak however I want to, because who the hell there is to impress? So you could tell when you're listening to anyone spiritual if they've actually went through enough to kill their ego or they've went inside. That's huge. Now you're getting everything. Am I saying that the way that I am doing is the only way? No. I'm saying by all my studies, I am currently doing the Sumerian climbing the lights long way that takes 7 months. In my morning practices, I do it the way in which I believe the Gnostics would have done it. I don't need nothing outside of my body. I don't need no freaking divinity. Everything I need is there. I stomp my left feet. I send this light down into the earth. I attach to the grid. I bring it back up through my right feet. At that point, I am obeying the laws of an electrical circle. So as I rise that light through my body and my chakras then fire off all the way up to the top. As the light rises up, I'm almost feeling the tingling on my body, depending on if you could feel energy or not. I'm hearing the pitch in my ears, my left ears in particular, shift from like a low hum to a high pitch. If I hold a stillness enough, I hear my heart beating in there. First as a one beat, boop, 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 and then I hear the entire boop, 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 boop. There are things that are happening inside of your body. Now, my particular journey, I saw the Nine Lords first. Why I'm speaking about this in retrospect now, so I could say, why was I made to see the Nine Lords first? Why did I go through that process? Do you need to go through the process of seeing the Nine Lords? I would say no. I would say no. Um, in using the KISS method, the keep it simple method, I have to go into all my developments and all that I learned and understand while working with the Nine Lords, 9 days each, taking around 81 days. But that's different. So, yes, I'm going to continue my process in, yes, doing the 7 month process, 30 days each. I'll discuss my inner body feelings at a different time, my inner body gnosis at a different time. And I'm going to continue to heal from the level of my higher self, my ka, bringing it down, my high heart, bringing it down to my heart. I'm going to continue to light up my entire body by remembering myself. Remember when you were young, your sister had a doll. You could have pulled the freaking doll arm, head, and legs out, but just as much as you could have pulled it out, you could have pushed it back down and screw it on, and it's just as well you remembered that doll. I'm going to continue the process of remembering myself from my higher self. I'm going to continue to heal from my star chakra, a tetrahedron, a Merkaba. I'm going to continue to draw that down in my heart, continue to draw that down as a surrounding, adding to my surrounding aura. I am going to continue to do practices such as pulling down the entire pleroma and feeling the tingle of a light form around my already light body. I'm going to continue practices such as seeing my light body continue to expand, continue to expand, continue to expand, get as big as the world, get as big as the system. Because you know what? I am the light of the world. I'm going to continue these practices because here's one thing that I know so far: your entire nervous system is getting rewired. Why was I made to go through the nine lords before I start this practice? A complete rewiring of my nervous system. After I left, jumped from the moon to Mercury, I feel a complete balance now in my emotions. They say you're supposed to keep a log when you're going through all this, but do I chalk it up to the fact that my emotions was balanced out on the time while I was on the moon by consciously knowing that I'm source. And I don't want no baggage. I don't want nothing from nobody. Giving back that raw emotion that keeps my pendulum swinging. If you study hermetics, the laws of rhythm, an equal swing of the pendulum to the left is an equal swing of the pendulum to the right. If you read in the Bible, you'll know he that controlled it his own mind. The man that controlleth his mind is stronger than the man that controlleth the city. Somewhere in the Proverbs, Ecclesiastic, or somewhere off there, so you go pick up somewhere, sound like that. So you know the inner body transformation is huge. On your going back up, as you got a bunch of stuff coming down that gave you a chorus of separation, in your going back up, you're giving back stuff that's going to and strengthening your chorus of unity consciousness. I am one, I am source. You pull down your high heart chakra, the upper chakra, through your head or breathe it in right here at the thymus gland. I am one. You're continuing to rewire your entire nervous system. Now, after leaving the moon and I actually feel some kind of balance out in my emotions, do I chalk that up to the 30 days practice on the moon? Do I chalk that up in going through some hellish experience where I thought I was going to lose my motherfucking mind? And letting go was going to be the thing that saved me. And the fact that I now get to say, I love the shit out of you, but you don't really exist. I love you. See how go on over there so with your friends itself. But right now, you don't exist. I love you. Me and you can never divorce. Cause I'm a seed. But to them I manipulate everything right now, for a moment, nothing exists. And that detachment and that whole detachment is a part of your spiritual journey. So as you climb back up and you give I think I did a real quick segue without finish explaining. So I don't know what to chalk up my that inner balance of what I feel now. If I should chalk it up to that experience or this process that I'm going through, either way, I know I'm at a place where I hear this knowledge. I don't feel like I have to whip out my PP to let you know how smart I am. I'm inside. I don't have to prove none of that shit. All right. So as you continue to go back up, whether you see the nine lords or not, I think you're rewiring your entire nervous system. Okay, you're going back up. You're giving back all these things. These you reach Mercury. You're giving back him intelligence that made you feel that you were special than everyone else because you know certain things. When really and truly, the guy that's eating out of the garbage can on the street because he lost his fucking self has got the same source in him. How about that? Um, as you go back up, do I feel that, okay, yes, you give back Jupiter and things, you give back everybody them things, you are, I am one, I am source, I am one. Do I feel that when you leave Saturn now, when you finally give him his shit back, that you're going to just disappear? Is the whole idea is to run away from the earth or to master the vessel? And it's funny, when you're young in this knowledge, your pendulum swing. Before I do a super quick segue again. So yeah, I'm going to continue my practice in um, doing all that the ancient occults did, all that the ancient school did in the subject matter. And at that point, I'm going to keep the fucking option open because I've then done my work, actualized that I am source, and I got the fuck it option in my back pocket. So when the boy rush down upon me, major, fuck it. I could give them that shit. But, instead of just relying on the fuck it option, schools is not for fools in spiritual knowledge. I don't care what people want to put it. I shouldn't have to read a book to find out. Okay, super you. I'm not that cool. All right. So I think that whole experience with them made me actually realize how unique my system is, only because the fact of I'm literally trying to imitate how the ancient schools did. The ones I'm doing through the Sumerian, that is set out. The only thing I did not get from them, which came to me through the spirit, is you're actually supposed to be giving shit back when you go up. Don't be asking nobody for shit. People gave you shit when you're coming down. That whole process of you coming through the spheres as you solidify in the earth with all these qualities, you have to literally give that shit back in the physical. My belief, and you actually doing your work to remember yourself, like putting back a G.I. Joe doll together or anything, by actually remembering, healing from your higher self level, bringing that back through your thymus, remembering all your past life accomplishment from your star level, bringing that back in and doing all that process that I do most mornings. I'm going to continue to do that. And, I'm sure that the spirit is going to tell me what to incorporate in the next 7 months. I think I know where this is going to go, but I'm not even ready to say it yet. But yeah, came across this group online. A, I feel good that other people is trying to approach the subject matter. B, I feel even better that of the approach that I'm taking. Yeah, I feel good like ta na 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 na. Bless up yourself. More light, more love, more life. I am the light, and so are you. P.S. This is an add-on. Obviously, I clipping on another video here. So, in the whole process, what I think is more important is doing the work while you are alive in the initiate journey. The initiate must almost give back everything that he got. You know what's the last step of the initiate? Death. a completely death of an ego, to where he could tell you about the most profound things and never shift in emotions as if he's special for even knowing that. Okay, it's a complete ego death as a result of giving back all that you got before you came on the earth, and acknowledging your inner source light, which is going to lead you. It's literally going to put you under a different jurisdiction. Right now, we're kind of under the jurisdiction of the flesh suit, the dirt kingdom. Who runs that? Runs shit. That's Saturn. Whether you want to call him Demiurge, Yahweh, God, whatever you want to call him, that's Saturn and his crew. Um, that's one jurisdiction. Another jurisdiction is the light. Once you realize that you are the light, from this stuff have to happen, my opinion, and this is by trying to go through all the ancient documents. You have to go through that process while you're alive. You have to do that while you are alive. Now, do I feel that after I leave Saturn and they say the black sun comes on, the sun that doesn't shine on the inside, the sun that doesn't shine on the star that doesn't shine on the outside, the stars that shine on the inside? Do I do I feel that I'm just going to freaking disappear? Is the whole aim is to run away from the filthy dirt kingdom and the filthy flesh suit? No. The whole thing actually is to rejoin back with Source, completely giving back all that you got coming through the spheres. And then there is another leg of the journey, which is way more deeper occult, of literally going down to the underworld. Why are you going to the underworld? I'm going to give this to you in snippet. When Tehuti went to the underworld, they said he says he went and delivered the most beautiful woman in all creation. Tehuti's experience. Inanna went to the underworld. She died under the underworld, and she came back. No, that can't be reflected there. So Christ, after his whole life, he went to the underworld, and then he freed people under the underworld. So what the fuck are you doing under the underworld as an initiate? What's this whole notion of rescuing? There's always this thing about rescuing some woman. What woman? So now, if you remember a couple of videos ago, I'm telling you about Sophia, the fallen Aeon, whose counterpart, whose consort was the Aeon of love. I made a joke about love, Daddy. He personifies the Logos, the Word. I made some connections in your Bible how when it says that the Christ is coming back, it's like the bridegroom is coming back for the bride. I point out the seven sisters and all of that. So yeah, why would any initiate at a late stage, when they collect all their lights, when they give back all their stuff, reform themselves, why would they even go down to the underworld as a final step? You got to finish killing your ego, and you got to rescue your feminine half that fell. So, yeah, this is a very in depth, long process. And to just break it down to the explanation of a video game avatar, and you don't do any work while you're in the flesh, you just, you got the fucking option open and you go through it. I'm going to keep the fucking option open, but I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to go through the Gospel of Phillips and I'm going to watch how those older heads broke it down and say, when you leave your body and you're going out, three archons will rush you, grabbing you by the arms, one in front of you, talking to you, asking you a song like it's an old 1980s reggae song. Hey boy, who you are, where you come from, where you going, literally asking you, who are you and where are you going? Me fuck around and tell them, my name Sean is Sean, them grab me and gone. I'm a flesh suit. I belong to the dirt kingdom. When that happens, if you go through the body of knowledge and actually actualize this, commit this to memory while you're in the flesh and know this, at that moment when them rush down on you, when them run down on you, grabbing you by the arms and asking you, it's like practicing a kung fu movement for like 25,000 times or however long they say for it to become automatic memory. At that point, they come at you. I am Source. They're like, "Who are you?" I am Source. Where are you going? I'm going. I am from Source. I must return to from whence I came. I am the light. And then they come again and they act slick. That they giving you a 2.0 question. Ha ha. You're Source. Who's your father? Huh? You know the guy. If you, what is the sign of your father? And according to the Gospel of Phillips, movement and repose, you are to say, yeah, I'm going to study all that knowledge. I'm not going to take an approach like fools are for schools and then just rely on the fuck it option at the last one. I hate that. Across this group online, A, I feel good that other people is trying to approach the subject matter. B, I feel even better that of the approach that I'm taking. Yeah, I feel good like ta na 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 na. Bless up yourself. More light, more love, more life. I am the light, and so are you.